Have you ever been on the internet before, kids? Now, you may be wondering, James, I am watching you on the internet right now, or YouTube, or however the fuck that works. Yet I digress real quick. But here's the thing, though. Have you ever just been doomstrung on your phone, shirtless, still in your greens? You smell like fucking smoldering and diesel and asshole. And you've just been like, oh man, fucking... And then you see something that kind of catches your eye that you think's pretty interesting or kind of weird. Like, I don't know, brand new firefighters wearing brand new PP&E. I've never seen that before. I've only been issued used gear. Now, I'm not trying to sound like a badass here, because it's always the people that are like, fuck yeah, brother, I got my hard hat right here. I've only been issued used gear. I got a plastic on my arm, fucking 10s and 18s tattooed on my dick. So every time I look down on it, I can see it. My vein pattern kind of messes it up. Looks like some things are underlined, which is kind of awkward. No, I'm not him. So I decided to make a comment like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Here's the comment. Oh, here, this is pretty interesting. I've never seen this before. It's mythical. Mythical. And then I went about my day. I cooked, I baked some pies. And then a few hours later, 1 hour, they replied back with some pretty hard-hitting words. Here it is. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I think this comment is some of the most tone-deaf, stupidest shit I've ever heard. Ever. And I went to Job Corps. Oh my God, I'm gonna pop a blood vessel. So I'm gonna break it down to you kids on how I feel and just kind of going through some of the stuff. And we're gonna be going over some other stuff too that I think is pretty cool. It's pretty uneducated of you to not know what these women do. Guys, I've been living a lie. I'm not a wildland firefighter. I'm a sales associate at Staples. Sorry you had to find out this way. No, obviously I'm a firefighter. To be uneducated, dude. Now, of course, I understand that they're not looking through my account, but when I had something of a profile of Ricky from Trailer Park Boys wearing yellows, and my name is Fellows in Yellows, or Fellow Yellow, or Fellow in Yellow. That was a bit of a little drunk burp, my bad. Kind of have to think like, oh yeah, you might know just a tiny bit of shit, because don't get me wrong, I'm fucking stupid. To call somebody randomly on the internet like, oh, you just don't know what we're doing. Listen, I'm not trying to be that guy, but if your video pops up, chances are you have something in common, whether that's wildland firefighting, having a program that helps people get into wildland firefighting. Most people in the comments are wildland firefighters, EMTs, it doesn't matter. They are first responders to a certain extent. Now, when I say to a certain extent, granted the algorithm gets fucked up. Like, for instance, for me, sometimes I get like AI-generated bikini photos of like Marceline from Adventure Time, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's really awkward to open up during lunch on an incident, and then your engine captain's walking by, sees it, is like, whoa, this guy's into some weird shit, send that to me. It's awkward. And men like me and what we put them through. I don't want to be that guy, but what the fuck did I do? Now, I'm not stupid. I understand what they mean. They're generalizing me as a whole, which is what they hate, I'm assuming. Where it's like, oh, you can't generalize all women as a whole. That's fair, but to generalize all men as a whole, that's okay. That's okay. But I don't want to be that guy, but I don't want to be that guy. But I feel like nowadays, a lot of crews, whether that's, I don't know. Well, what can women do in the fire service? I don't know. Dispatch? I'm kidding. That's a joke. Dispatch is shit regardless of gender. I don't know. Some of the shit that females are in fire service related, whether that's structural, whether that's smoke jumpers, hot shot, engine, hand crew, modules, does not matter. They can do it. And there are some pretty cool badasses out there that are female firefighters that have made my fire service history look like some pussy shit. I don't know, maybe the female firefighters that were on the South Canyon fire. Now, of course, everyone on that fire is a badass. Regardless of gender, they are badasses. Or what about the amazing women that work at the Eric Marsh Foundation? I think all those people are heroes, and I think all of them make me look like a worm in the dirt. All those people are badasses. Or what about the women that work at the Wildland Firefighter Foundation? True badasses. But a lot of them are not doing what you're doing, and what you're doing is shit. It makes all female firefighters in the movement, the sister firefighter community, look down upon because of that comment as a whole. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you do not represent a lot of female wildland firefighters. Now, of course, I'm a guy. I can't really say that as a whole, but let me digress. Because everyone's saying like, oh, female firefighters or wildland female firefighters, whatever, they can't do what I can do. First of all, that's bullshit. Because, let me level with you guys. I'm kind of retarded. There are some amazing women firefighters out there that can do everything I can do and more. Now, a lot of them are a lot more funnier than I am, and some of them are pretty more fucked up than I am in both good ways and funny ways. And then they said instead of what I should be doing, encouraging them and helping them learn a new trade, I'm tearing them apart. All I asked is, oh, what, or not even asked, I made a statement. I said, oh shit, I've never seen fresh PP&E before. This is quite odd. But I'm tearing them apart because I'm wondering, oh, well, they got fresh PP&E. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I've never seen that before. Not in a negative or positive way, just in a way. The middle ground, the gray area. Would I make this statement in front of my unit chief? Probably not, because I don't like talking to chain of command at all. Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone I've worked with chain of command wise, this job and my previous job, have been absolute badasses and very cool guys. So I feel comfortable talking with them. But I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't want to, I don't know, start like showing them my Instagram reels and be like, yeah, see this? Yeah, it's a guy getting killed on a motorcycle. I think it's from the Philippines or Vietnam, or, oh wait, no, that's Arabic. Or no, that's Persian actually. My bad. I wouldn't want to do that. And then they said, well, only if you knew what some of these women have survived through and what kind of hell they went through. Listen, I'm going to level with you guys. Women have it pretty hard in society. Everyone in the fire service and first responders and everyone ever has been through hell. Granted, we've all been through different parts of hell. Hell has many different layers, but we've all been through this hell. We're all here. Everyone, I'm just talking about wildland fire here too. Granted, it's outside the spectrum. Everyone here has already been through hell. That's what got us the job. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I got pretty fucked up a few times out there on the fire line. I would show you my legs, but yeah, you guys have to pay extra for that. And then it says, I am a shit leader. I am a horrible leader for just making a comment about PP&E. Now, am I a good leader? I don't know. I can't credit. It's kind of like calling yourself a rad dude. You can't call yourself a rad dude. Someone else has to call you rad. If you call yourself a rad dude, you are most certainly not. So I don't know, guys. You tell me. Am I a bad person? Am I a bad leader? No, don't get me wrong. I've never been a perfect leader, but no leader has been perfect. That is a leader that never makes mistakes is a leader that is lying to himself and to his peers. So I made a comment where it's like, whoa, Jesus Christ. I was just talking about the PP&E. And they replied back. And then they said, well, we all know what the underline of your things mean. What you were actually saying. Don't interpretate. Don't try to use my words and think that they have a different meaning. My words are not your words. And I'm not going to lie. When I see fresh yellows on a fire line, two things pop in my mind. Oh shit, they actually washed through yellows. I need to do that. And, oh shit, that guy has brand new yellows. Oh my god, he's probably really important and I should probably stay away so he doesn't catch me slacking off with my sleeves rolled up a tiny bit and my chest tattoo showing because I like bragging that I have a chest tattoo. And then they made, in my personal opinion, the dumbest sentence you could make. Well, these women are wearing the uniform, so they need to be respected. Wrong! That is so wrong. The yellows and the greens, the hard hat, the line gear, do not mean that you deserve respect. It is the firefighter wearing such that deserve respect. Everybody knows that. It's not what you wear that makes you respected. It's what you do as a firefighter and as a leader. So don't you dare say, oh, I need to respect them because they're wearing the same uniform as me. No, it's the firefighter that matters, not what the firefighter is wearing. And then they answer my statement where it's, well, it's also a new program too, so of course they'll be wearing brand new shit. You could have led with that. You could have led with that. You could have been like, well, to be fair, we just now started the program, so to be fair, it's a bunch of brand new shit. You could have said that. I'm not gonna lie. I've said this before. Women firefighters, the sister firefighter community, whether that's structural, whether that's anything involving fire, not even fire too, female search and rescue, female workers that work in blue collar, female armed members of the U.S. service. What they are doing is honorable, just as any guy would be. Fire is not a gender thing. Fire is fire. If you are working with a sister, or if you are working with a fire brother, fire sister, does not matter. You guys have a job. You guys are a family. You guys are joined together to make money. Some people, it's not even about the money. Some people, it's just about doing your community a good service, which is, but no, now you have to make everyone on that level look somewhat bad to the idiots that you are trying to call out. Good job. Oh, and some idiot in the comment just said something, and then they immediately brought up politics, which I don't think should be brought up when you're trying to start a brand new program, and you kind of have a minority, all women crew, and all women and all woman hand crew. You don't bring up shit that might make you get hated. You know? That's kind of a, hey, this is not how you should probably do it. I really hope that this is someone that is like some new intern or someone that's running the social media account, and not like a person in the chain of command that's saying this, like a high-ranking member of a chain of command. I really hope it's not. I'm really hoping it's not that. I'm praying. Big Ernie, please. But that's it. That's all I have to say. Now, here's the fun part. Let me answer some of your guys' questions. Put a little Q&A on my Instagram just to see what some of you guys would want to ask me. You know, this is for YouTube. Ask away. And you guys did not disappoint. First question is, how many men have you slept with? Now, of course, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about love? Are we talking about fashion? Or are we just talking about, hey, buddy, it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold out here. You know, could you jump in my sleeping bag just so we can hug each other and get warm? I don't want to freeze to death, buddy. The answer to that question is 6. Next one is from Wildland Uncrustables. Are you horny? And the answer to that, Wildland Uncrustables, is yes. For some Uncrustables. Next one is, oh, whoa. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'll make jokes every once in a while where it's like, hey, man, you know, we're out here on the fire line. You're looking all sexy. Your girlfriend and my girlfriend, they don't got to know what we do in my tent later tonight at camp. I'll make jokes, but no, yeah, break up with him. If it's coming from a hotshot, I don't want to say checks out, but what's it like living alone? Well, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I've always had at least 4 to 8 roommates all at a time. So living on my own, it's pretty nice. Don't get me wrong, I get a little schizophrenic at times. If I hear a crack in my house, then I'll immediately go into, oh, someone's breaking in. But besides that, it's very nice. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. I don't think people realize this, but it's going to be 100 men. Zen tier list. Oh, you want me to get political? Okay, all right. I'm going to say citrus, spearmint, wintergreen. I know cool mint somewhere in there. All the mint flavors. And at the very, very, very bottom, it's coffee and menthol. It's always coffee and menthol are the fucking worst. Cinnamon, it's not the worst, but it's not going to be my first pick. You guys know what I mean? Spaghetti or beef? Well, spaghetti and meatballs, that is beef. So I'm going to have to say beef or getting hugged. It's one or the other. Here's a hard one. If I had to pick no alcohol or no nicotine, I'm going to say no alcohol. No, don't get me wrong. I have my moments with booze. I understand it's a twisted tea. I used to make twisted tea jokes and White Claw jokes, but it's so fruity. I like it. I don't drink that much, and I kind of need nicotine to be a human being and to remind me to lock in from time to time. When I pee, one stream or many streams? Many, many, many streams. I piss like an old man. Because at first, I'll show you guys. Because if I'm pissing like this, usually I have a hand up against the wall and I lean into it. And then I just do everything in my pelvical area to push it out. The answer to that is multiple streams. Worst should I take on a roll? Oh, fuck, dude. Well, it was actually my very first fire. It was a prescribed burn, and, well, it was not good. My buddy, who is now a hotshot, he took a nice shit, and then he was telling me about it, and then that made me have to shit. So I was trotting off in the forest with my Pulaski and my pack, and I dug a little thing, and I was taking a shit, except it wasn't a shit. it was a new element of the elemental tables. And I'm like, well, okay, it's done now. I don't have anything to wipe. So I use my IRPG. That's a joke. That's a joke. I had to use like Pizza Hut napkins to wipe my ass, except the Pizza Hut napkins have already been sweated through. And I just had to freaking use this meteor of just crusted up fucking pizza napkins to wipe my ass. And it was terrible. Thoughts on Cal Fire? I'm a new hire. Well, how much time do you have? No, jokes aside though, I think Cal Fire was pretty solid and shit. However, they are treated pretty nicely and it makes every other agency pretty jealous. Like you'll hear stories where it's like Cal Fire, they have like catering companies and it's really good food and shit. And then I'm eating gas station beef jerky and sweaty cheese because that's all we can have. Plus, they can't really take a joke. You'll make a joke about Cal Fire, and then they all freak out. Where it's like, oh yeah, typical, and put your agency in, typical behavior. Cal Fire, best on top. I'm not saying everyone in Cal Fire has an ego, but everyone in Cal Fire has an ego. And that's where I'm just going to leave it. There's going to be some more questions tonight, and I might do a second video, but that's where I'm ending it. You may be wondering, James, where did you get that baller-ass hoodie? Oh, you mean this thing? You mean, I'm not showing my ass. Oh, you mean this thing? Wow, funny you say. I got it at Death Hike Apparel. This hoodie is great for all sorts of things, whether it's, oh shit, it's cold in my tent, let me just throw on my Death Hike Apparel hoodie. And then you may not be the warmest, but you have pride. Jokes aside, guys, it's a really good hoodie. I fucking love them. I'm like 3 right now, and I'm wearing one of them. And then the guy that makes Death Hike Apparel, he donates a certain amount of each purchase to the Wildland Fire Foundation, which I think is a very important foundation that you should definitely donate to. And if you're wondering, James, where else can I follow you? Well, I have a Discord. I have well, hold on. Just post schizophrenia shit, okay, guys? That's all we do. Obviously, I have Fellows in Yellows, the Instagram account, and then I have this YouTube channel. So hell yeah. If you just want to support the channel, just give it a like, leave it a comment, and tell me how you think, or just send me a DM and tell me whatever workplace drama that's happening that I could probably make a meme about. I love all you guys out there, except you, Yazzie. I fucking love you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.